This is Roxbox90. This is my EDH game against MrLuBuFu. I was playing Omnanth, and he was playing Oona. So he flashed in Leyline of Anticipation at the beginning of the game, which allows his stuff, non-land stuff, to have flash. And I responded with the Deadly Forest and ended my turn. And at this point I was thinking, so I played a second forest, and I was thinking, I don't know, maybe should I Evolution Charm, get a land? I was like, no point, I have so much, what's the point? So my goal here was just to get Kadama's Reach into Vernal Bloom. I didn't really need Omnanth so early because he wasn't playing really very much. And we were checking each other's cards. I'm sorry the camera's a little cut, but we need to do that. So then I was tapped out, so I said it's his turn. He flashed in Lightning Greaves at the end of my turn, which he could with the ley line, and he ended. So at this point I had 5 mana, so I was like, okay, I might as well Vernal Bloom, because he has no forests. He was running blue-black. Oona's blue-black. So I played Vernal Bloom, which basically allows me to double my mana. He looked to be a little mana screwed at this point, so I wasn't too concerned. I was kind of going a little slower. I might have gone Omnanth turn 3 if he didn't have that, if he was playing lots of stuff. But I didn't really. I preferred the massive mana doubling. He's like, why am I mana screwed? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess we all have to suffer at some point. Everyone has mana screw at some point. And okay, so untapped and drew double my mana, so I decided, might as well just play Rampaging Baloth for Rampaging Baloth. Why won't I play Rampaging Baloth? I play Rampaging Baloth. So at this point I was thinking, okay, he's mana screwed, so he's a combo deck, so what would a combo deck do? Probably look for its pieces. He can't really do that yet, so I have a chance to just quickly build up and overrun. So Skyshard Claim, which gives you 2 forests untapped. If I recall, I made a terrible mistake here because I should have put 2 beasts into play from the landfall, but I forgot to. Which is what often happens to me in EDH, where my deck might be winning and it doesn't matter, I forget things. So I was holding on to the Vines of Ashwood just in case he tried to bounce back my Omnanth. And he's like, I just need 1 more land. And I'm like, well, in my head I was thinking, well, I have a gazillion land, so he's in trouble. But it was okay. So hand doesn't really change very much. He has a swamp and a Jawar Isle Refuge. That's what he has out right now, I believe, if I remember. Yeah, my camera was kind of off angle. This is just a test. We'll hopefully do more of these in the future, and I'll have a better angle. Hopefully I'll get his board. Couldn't really do it on a Mac if I wanted to show my hand also, so it was a little awkward. But it's just a test. We're trying it out. So this is super awkward because he just passed his turn. And I was just sitting there looking awkward, like waiting for him to finish, but he said he passed, so that was weird. So I put 4 on Omnanth, making him a 5/5, just dumping mana at him at the end of the turn. Then it's my turn, so I should have gotten my third 4/4 beast. Instead, I get a 4/4 beast, and now I ran and get my tokens. So flash. Bang, 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 down the stairs. Okay, so I got my beast tokens. Got one. I should have had three, but I was, I guess, a little nervous. I've never played with EDH over Skype, nor against a combo deck the way his deck worked. My friends' combo decks don't tend to run infinite combos so much. They tend just to combo pieces together to do big things, not to win the game. So I ramped Omnanth up a bit, so I looked at my hand. I said I could just Vines of Vastwood to protect him if I need to be. So I just ramped it up to 20-something, 22 I think, 23. He did 22 on him. He was 23 with his 22 mana in him. So that was from the Vernal Bloom. So I pull one off to put him on 22, and I tap the Line of War in order to play to not do that, because that would have been awkward. I wanted to give him flying to attack, but I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't believe he had any flyers, so that was really just really stupid. Oh well, that was not a good idea. I should have just won there, but I didn't. So I attack with a Rampaging Baloth, and I believe he just took it. Wasn't a big deal. And I passed my turn. He gets his land. And he does absolutely nothing with the land, which was really funny, because I was like, oh my god, I have way too much mana available to me, and he is struggling just to get basic stuff going. So Omnanth is a 23 at this point. He's humongous. And many games I just don't even bother with Omnanth. But in this game, where he wasn't under a lot of trouble, it wasn't a big deal. So then I play, I think it was Evolution Charm. I always forget its name. But he gets flying, so I give it to Omnanth, which I should have done last turn, but I didn't do it last turn. So he counterspelled. He may have drawn into the counterspell, but that was annoying, because if he didn't have the counterspell in hand, and last turn I believe he didn't even have enough open mana to do that, so that was a bit awkward. So I play Primeval Titan, which is an obvious choice in a mono green ramp deck. 2 more lands, and I decided to attack again, which was like, okay, I was supposed to be attacking. So at this point he's kind of mana screwed, his combo pieces are not in place, and I just decided to just overrun him as fast as possible, because I was worried he might have some combo piece somehow hidden away. And we didn't look at each other's decks really beforehand. I mean, I put up my deck tech, he put up his, but I hadn't looked at his in a long time. So it was kind of playing blind, which is the most fun you can have in EDH, I think. I cycled Tranquil Thicket, drew a card, was another land, Joy, and I let him go. Which he was pondering. But I mean, not with an actual ponder, he just was thinking what to do. At this point I was pretty certain I had the game in the bag, but I wasn't going to take any risks. So instead I played with my camera and tried to make it the board more visible, because I wasn't thinking about that. So he played a Trinket Mage to run and get Mana Vault, which is a mana accelerator artifact card. So I was just kind of waiting. See, he wasn't going to do a whole much. I knew Mana Vault was probably a good piece for one of his combos, but I didn't really know what, so it made me a little nervous. So I was like, I really have to win. And then I drew my winning card. Unless he could have counterspelled it, I knew I was just going to win, because Kamal's pretty ridiculous. This he can give Overrun. He's Overrun on a stick, and he can do as many times as he wants, so with my mana base, it was kind of difficult. So I was concerned. I was like, he might have a counterspell, but then I realized that he probably doesn't. And I believe he was tapped out of counterspell even if he had one. So Omnanth at 24 in him. At this point, if you give him trample, it's basically game because of 21 commander damage. So here I was looking really awkward and stupid. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not even playing with my mana right. So I was like, mana. So instead I tapped 3 forests to play Kamal. I forgot he was 6 mana. I thought he was 5 mana. That was kind of silly. But I played Kamal. And at this point I had more than enough creatures to overrun him. So I was thinking for a second. I was like, why don't I just kill him? So I attack him with basically everything that I can. And I overrun. And I could have overrun twice if I wanted to with Omnanth. And he was like, I think that's lethal. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure unless you have an instant speed Wrath, or which he doesn't. So he decided, okay, here, just want to show you. So he showed me he was going to mana vault. Right, flash and mana vault during his upkeep. Flash and power artifact, and pretty much gives him infinite mana. And that didn't mean anything. He's like, I might get Oona someday, and maybe be able to mill you somehow. But he was really, really mana screwed this game. So he didn't have a whole lot of chance. Even though I started out pretty slow. The Omnanth didn't get going till turn 3, which is really slow. But that was game 1. And I'll be uploading game 2 with my commentary.